Hi, this is Carl, and this is part 2 of the discussion about why people decide to give up one foreign language learning and what measures can be undertaken to try to at least decrease the number of people to whom this particular reality applies. As far as further education colleges are concerned, the amount of language courses which are available to members of the public have experienced a tremendous drop. With reference to A-level courses, many high-scoring GCSE language pupils are unaware of the more reasonable expectations with which students will be faced, since they are required to be able to speak the language, have a profound knowledge of an extensive range of linguistic structures, and also be able to converse with others about a wide range of political, historical, and cultural affairs. The workload is time and time again too great to bear, and a realisation in hindsight of the convenience to perhaps make the elements of the GCSE examination a little more challenging becomes all too apparent. But for those who learn a language up until the age of 16 and decided not to continue study at advanced level, it is likely that they consider other academic fields such as psychology, chemistry, economics, or business studies, for example, to be more indispensable in being able to secure their dream job. As regards adult education within the further education sector, the reasons for abandoning language study are rather plentiful, mainly due to the fact that both teenagers and mature learners, for example middle-aged adults and retired individuals, are among those in regular attendance. Some learners will attend an initial class after having completed the enrolment process with a view to merely taking full advantage of the discounts and services which are available to them on their student cards. And these are often individuals whose personal circumstances entitle them to free tuition, leaving a number of hopeful attendees rejected upon application for a place due to a maximum cut-off point on the number of available course placements. Other reasons for leaving the course consisted no longer being able to turn up to the class on the day, to the start time in question, or an awareness that they're not able to input as much or derive as much from the lesson or lessons as they might like, owing to a 90-minute or 2-hour session being shared equally amongst, let's say, 15 to 20 pupils or students. Otherwise, a number of sporadic and consecutive absences throughout the year may cause a learner to feel as though he or she will get behind and not be able to catch up with the rest of the class. And this is a difficulty which could easily be avoided if learners were to offer the teachers to send work via the internet, if they were to email their contact details and ask for any materials which they could have missed. But this is unfortunately a generous offer which only a minority of learners have taken advantage of, in my experience. Finally, the individual learner may be weighed down with work commitments on a regular basis or experience a change in financial circumstances as a result of, let's say, a redundancy. Similar dilemmas face those who hope to learn languages in the private sector too, while there are occasions on which people of all ages discontinue their studies as a result of having a bad teacher or someone who is without a like-minded personality. It does have to be said that too many people are unaware of the sheer amount of determination, willpower to succeed, and independent study, which are all required to learn a language properly and in a matter-of-fact way. Of course, any teacher is responsible for offering as much guidance as possible where successful language learning is concerned, but the reality is that 1 or 2 hours of study on a weekly basis is simply not enough to achieve that particular goal. The private sector is more flexible in terms of being able to offer as much tuition as the individual may require and fully direct the content and time of each session to the needs of the tutee. It also enables a more intimate environment in which the learner can share his or her needs and personal experiences on a confidential basis, and the prospect of private tuition may be slightly more costly than in the further education sector, but the former has a profound understanding of the problems which many learners potentially face when deciding whether to stick with a language, and it's also far more accommodating as regards the solutions it can provide in such instances. So as I say, that was just an overview of some of the reasons as to why people do decide to give up one foreign language learning or simply decide not to take it up at all, and the measures which we can hopefully take to ensure that these problems are as regular occurrences as they currently are.